So kind of communication and tackling have kind of been the topics through the spring. Kind of where's the group with that right now?
Well, from a tackle standpoint, we get a lot done on Saturday. I mean, that's if you could circle one thing in the spring game that you get an opportunity to do. At least for us, we make the decision to go live. Where some don't, and so there'll be one more opportunity before we put the pads away to have an opportunity to do that. So we'll take advantage of that. Some of the issues you have in the spring is you have a day where some can tackle and some can't. So not every individual guy has the same cumulative reps through what will be 15 days in that tackle category. And that's just part of spring ball, and then you kind of go with it and deal with it and all that stuff. So just because you go live a particular day doesn't mean I get a chance at 5 tackles, if that makes sense. So anyway, hoping all the guys have at least a few opportunities come Saturday, but that's always a work in progress. That's the I guess unfortunate part of where we are in college football. Just don't get a chance to tackle a whole lot till things get real in the fall. But communication's it continues to get better. I think cumulative reps. We talk to these guys. It may not be simple that first day, but by practice 15, there better be some commonality in terms of what we're saying. That install's been kind of in for a while, and we won't do anything magical come Saturday. And, if anything, we'll kind of go the other way in terms of kind of being vanilla. So I don't know, needles pointing up. I mean, the chief thing for me is that effort. And I think again we're on the right side of I don't know, right side of elite, but right side of I guess okay in terms of what we got done.
And then just in terms of Saturday, you guys are known for you've got pressure packages, a lot of games up front, stuff like that. How prepared and how free are you to kind of let loose some of that stuff on Saturday?
Yeah, we try to be pretty minimal in the spring game. I mean, that's one of those deals where you'll be 0-0. I mean, you can feel great after a spring game. I don't know if it's a great predictor for how you're going to be during the course of the season. A lot of guys have an opportunity to play. Some guys in spots they practice a lot. Some in places they haven't practiced a whole lot. And so, as much as anything, I want to see guys run around, have an opportunity for some of these guys, first college football game in a lot of ways. In front of a crowd, and we want to see those guys have an opportunity to respond in some of those moments. So try to limit as best we can in terms of what we're asking them to do. But hopefully play hard, play fast, and finish it the right way from an effort standpoint.
What do you feel like you've accomplished in terms of install this spring?
Yeah, we got a lot of it in, and we take a lot of pride in that. We've always taken the approach of putting really all of it in as fast as we possibly can, which gives you a chance to continue to rep it. It doesn't. Our theory has been it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to feel or make these guys feel real comfortable in January and then even more comfortable in February. We don't play games for months. So we really try to stress these guys mentally before we get to the grass. And then when spring ball comes around, now all of a sudden you got the added element of both the mental and the physical. We try to stress them again that way. We don't ever hit the pause button. We never slow down. We want urgency in the meeting. We want that an individual in the meeting room, whether it's young or old, and right now they're all learning, but sitting up straight in the meeting with a pen out, I better pay attention to everything because they're throwing the book at me. So in any event, from an install standpoint, very, very comfortable kind of what we've gotten in. Now the ability to execute it, there's hard to find 2 plays in a row of 11 guys doing the right thing. So I mean that's the reality of it, but we're also a little bit accepting of it. We got a lot of time to correct that piece of it. But guys are running around playing hard.
You guys are going to be pretty active in the portal after Saturday. What are the prereqs, trades-wise, you're going to look for when you bring in new players?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of individuals that want to be USC Trojans. So it's not just bringing in bodies to fill a roster. I mean, there's days out here when you're down numbers where you give anything for those bodies, but obviously that's not the standard. So the biggest thing is making sure that they, from an upgrade standpoint, whether it's speed, obviously number one, size, would be 1A. Are they the individual that's going to be able to produce this fall? So the ability to pick up scheme and those things, and have they played college football before? If they haven't, then you're probably better off waiting until January in terms of getting another young guy in here type of things. If they can't have this fall, so I think all those things kind of go into how many years of eligibility they have left. I mean, there's not a position on defense where we wouldn't entertain the opportunity, minimum in the name of competition, and in other scenarios, an opportunity to see the field right away. So we'll look at all those things, but certainly it's an opportunity that wasn't presented to us in years past. So we'll be active.
How much do you feel like the extra reps for the cornerbacks in that kind of thin room have helped them this spring?
Well, I think long term, without question, I mean, if you keep the long game in mind, which as a coach is sometimes very difficult to do because you want immediate success and you want to walk off the practice field, feel like you're going in the right direction. And, there's moments over the course of the day where maybe you're not, and then you look at the rep count of an individual. And good Lord, that guy played damn near every snap at 7-on-7, or an individual played corner, safety, nickel, all in the same practice. Well, how'd you think it was going to go? So I think long term, I think big picture, I think it's extremely valuable. We got through 14 days and felt like, and the 15th obviously comes Saturday because there'll be a little bit of that as well in terms of guys having to play multiple spots and be a chance to evaluate it. And I think long term, I without question, I think you're right. I think there's some positives there.
Let's do one more.
How have the quarterbacks handled some of the uncomfortable situations maybe you've been able to throw at them over the course of spring?
The quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks, yeah, just curious, your
They're
impression.
struggling big time. No, I mean, they've, it's an elite group. I mean, you get the opportunity as we get, every single day to go against our offense. There's nothing we don't see. I mean, it's, you go through 20 years of coaching. There's situations maybe in the past where, you may not see something until you get into the season because your offense only gives you X, Y, and Z. Well, we get A, B, and C through Z. Different personnel groupings, obviously whether it's quarterback run, tempo, motions, and then you got the ability of these quarterbacks to, make you pay for having good coverage, for instance. And so you never feel like you surprise him because he's got the greatest get-out-of-jail-free card ever because he can extend the play. And so, believe me, until that whistle blows, you don't feel like you're winning the down with some of those guys. And so, no, they stress us a lot, which is, again, long game, long picture, or big picture. We try to convince ourselves it's a good thing, but some frustrating days for sure.
Thank you, Coach.